This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by 23andMe. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Rumor Roundup. I'm your host, John Rettinger. This is the show where we take a little rumor here, we take a little rumor there, we smash them, bash them, put them in a blend tech, and serve you up a delicious rumor smoothie. This week, it is all Apple all the time. We're going to talk about Apple's iWatch, iPhone 5S, iOS 7, might be behind schedule, but it might not. Of course, the Apple TV, and the next two iPhones supposedly developed under the guise of the late CEO, Steve Jobs. This is Rumor Roundup. Let's go ahead and get started. Several reports have already suggested that Apple's iPhone 5S will launch the fingerprint scanner under the home button. So it's kind of a cool technology, certainly better than having to type in a password or having to put your face in the right spot to unlock it. Pretty cool if it worked and worked quickly. I think that's the big thing. If it works fast, no one's gonna care. If it works slowly, nobody's gonna use it. Topeka Capital Markets analyst Brian White published a note to investors last Wednesday that said checks with his suppliers in Asia suggest technology will be built into the iWatch. So the team at Apple is working on a new design for iOS 7, which will likely make its debut on the iPhone 5S, but apparently the entire project is running a bit behind schedule. Apple's design chief, Jonathan Ive, is working on iOS 7, and according to recent reports, is trying to make the design flatter and easier to use than before. I'm really excited that Johnny Ive is working on iOS 7. He's the designing brain behind Apple's flagship products, but hasn't done much on the software side. So it's unclear how far behind iOS 7 is, but Apple typically unveils its latest mobile operating systems during its annual Worldwide Developer Conference, which takes place in June. So a few months down the road, but I wouldn't mind iOS launching later than initially planned, maybe from June, ends up being in July or August, as long as the wait is worthwhile. iOS getting refreshed, redone, redesigned, and relaunched. I would love to absolutely see it. What do you guys want to see in iOS 7? The Apple iTV rumors took a turn to the bizarre on Wednesday when Topeka Capital Markets analyst Brian White, our old friend, published a note to investors suggesting that the iTV will launch with what he called an iRing that allow consumers to control their television sets with a single finger. So here's what doesn't make much sense about this though. Devices like Microsoft Kinect already provide plenty of motion controls without the need for a ring or any other accessory that can easily be lost. Second, Apple's Siri voice engine provides more than enough control without the need for consumers to make gestures in the first place. White went on to say that he believes Apple will launch a 9.7-inch mini TV. And this is super likely just a piece of hardware for the iPad, but White is convinced it'll serve as a secondary display to the iTV. And according to him, essentially we believe the mini TV screens will be able to capture content from the 60-inch iTV across a distance of up to 200 meters, allowing a user to view iTV content in the kitchen, washroom, garage, bedroom, backyard, etc. The next two iPhones were supposedly developed under the auspices of the late CEO, Steve Jobs. So while meeting with Apple to try and find a solution for the growing incidents of iPhone theft, the company allegedly revealed information to the San Francisco District Attorney, George Gascon, saying that the next two handsets precede Tim Cook. Gascon proposed a possible kill switch as a way to deter thieves, and that's when Apple reportedly unveiled their two upcoming iPhones, presumably to say Gascon's plan was impossible in the foreseeable future. Good news that perhaps the next two iPhones were developed under Steve Jobs, even if it's the 5S and a lower price iPhone, or even better if it's the 5S and the iPhone 6, so that could be kind of cool. Let me step aside from the rumors for a minute to thank our friends and sponsors at 23andMe. So have you ever wondered what you might learn from your DNA? 23andMe enables anyone to explore their own DNA. It's totally based on a saliva analysis, approximately 1 million data points in your DNA. Customers receive over 200 personalized reports that cover health risks, physical traits, carrier status for conditions that could be passed on to children, and more. 23andMe first offered their personal genome service in 2007 for $999 and only reported 14 reports. But now, because technology gets better, you can get over 200 reports all for $99. Technology moves super fast. The whole process can sound kind of complex, but they made it pretty easy. First, all you do is buy a DNA kit online, then you mail in your saliva sample. Postage is all included. After a few weeks, you receive over 200 health, trait, ancestry reports. Get started now. Go to 23andme.com/technobuffalo to literally learn more about yourself. So thank you guys for watching the episode of Rumor Roundup. I hope you enjoyed. We're back here every week bringing you a ton of rumors and delivering them to you on a silver video platter. If you guys liked the video, give us a thumbs up. We most definitely appreciate it, and check us out at technobuffalo.com. I'm John Rettinger. I'll see you next video.